Hi guys, it's Chris from daxtrader.co.uk and we're going to take a look at the Dax Technical Analysis for today, Wednesday the 17th of December 2014. Okay, so we've got the December FOMC meeting today and it's going to be an interesting one that's going to create a little bit of volatility through the market. I guess many observers and many investors are expecting the Fed to drop its pledge to hold short-term rates near zero for a considerable time, looking to drop that particular wording. And I think that they would take that as a signal that central bankers have enough faith in the recovery to begin preparing for interest rate increases into mid-2015. So I don't think anybody is expecting a rate increase today. But it's more what's going to happen afterwards in terms of the press conference or statements that we're looking out for specific wording changes, of course. We've had some strong job growth from the US, so the economy is certainly looking a lot brighter and prospects are looking good, confidence is coming back and all the rest of it, everything's looking rosy. But of course there is the monkey, the gorilla on the back of the US, which is the slide in oil at the moment. So there's a lot of things there that are creating a bit of tension, and I think we're seeing that in terms of volatility in the market at the moment. So in terms of trading, overnight trading on the Asian session last night suggested that we were going to see an open higher on the DAX this morning, and we had a little bit of that, probably 40-50 points or something that we could have captured this morning. And we've been swinging around really in a fairly, I guess, almost predictable pattern, if you like, that you can trade. And so there's been these kind of interesting, if you look on the 1 minute chart, there's been these kind of interesting movements that have been quite clean, that you can trade with some really basic strategies. And if we look at it on a slightly longer time frame, we've got these tram lines here that have developed that we look to be trading within, have been doing since the 10th. And at the moment, we're about to actually, right now, while we're recording, test that trend line here. So there's, you know, if you feel that this is going to be an opportunity to stay within these lines, and there's a sell right there. So actually, if we just presume that we've taken that, we'll come back and see where we went, where we get to at the end of the video. All right, so let's assume we get in at 95. Okay, so in terms of action for today, I mean, I'm actually going to be looking to consider shorting today, which might seem a little bit crazy, but I'm kind of half expecting there's going to be a bit of disappointment from the FOMC meeting. I think there's a lot of expectation tied in that the wording of this statement is going to be dropped, but I just get the feeling that perhaps there's going to be some disappointment with that. Overall, I still think that we've got some room to move up, no doubt about it. But today, I just wonder whether we might be falling a little bit lower before we do that. In terms of levels for today, we've got the daily pivot down here at 94.05, and we'll certainly be looking to test that. S1 will be further down 92.35, and I don't know how much further we're going to be trading lower today, but if we do manage to go lower, 90.45 and the resulting 9,000 level will be obviously the next target. On the volume profile itself, there's nothing really to note specifically in terms of any low volume pockets. We had one here that was carved out yesterday, but we've been trading within that already today, so that's not really anything to worry about. We're currently sat on a sell signal at the moment. In fact, double sell signal. I didn't see that buy signal down there. So we're currently sat on a sell signal here. The areas that I am watching will be the value area high from yesterday. So 94.20 is an area that we haven't been able to actually break down to today. If we do, then the rolling 24-hour VWAP currently at 93.87 will be the next target before taking out the yesterday's naked VPOC, which is currently 93.45. Well, it is 93.45. If we go on and continue to take that out, then we're looking at targeting the value area low down here at 92.36 and the deviation low, rolling deviation low, should I say, at 92. So there's a few different targets there that could provide some support. And to the upside, I mean, we've currently got a deviation high at 95.60, 95.70. And the value area high from Monday is 96.13. and then the pivot levels 95, 95, and the value the R2 up here is around about 97.60. Yesterday is a day I found quite interesting on the daily because we've had this sell-off, broke out of this trend, this channel line, which I'm just going to get rid of now. There's no point in keeping that for the moment. We broke below this longer term trend line again. So again, how valid that will be, I'm not too sure now. And we've had this sell-off, but what we found is that the fib line of the 50 fib line here, 92.17, is exactly where we got down to yesterday, give a point difference, before being rejected. And if you remember back here on the 16th of October, when we had that sell-off, the one thing that you can characterize the signal the one signal, I guess, that will characterize the reversal is this high volume bar right here. And we pretty much had, not far off, the same kind of volume traded yesterday, which you could say is perhaps stopping volume. When you see it actually creating a high volume day and you've got that 50 fib zone that it's actually touched and hasn't managed to break down, you would imagine that perhaps that is going to be the sign of things going back up again, and you'd certainly be forgiven for thinking that. And so at the minute it's kind of conflicting, and there is a huge amount of volatility. There's a lot of pressure to the downside. There's people talking all sorts of stuff on various social media saying that hedge funds want this and hedge funds want that, and whatever, but you can't really argue with the fact that at the moment you have to wonder where are the institutions going to want to be buying at this time of the year, when really I would have thought what they're trying to do is get some profit. So if anything, you'd imagine that stock values are going to slide a little bit, but it's difficult to argue with the information we've got in front of us, and certainly somewhere there is some pressure to want to take this back up again. So I'm kind of caught in two minds, and we're going to see how things are going. But so far on the early trading from today, we're having another bullish day. Okay, so what else can we watch out for today? I think in terms of the FOMC meeting, you've obviously got the normal dollar pairs that are going to be interesting to trade, and gold. Oil is going to be another one at the moment that just seems to be wanting to do something. Yesterday we had a little mini spike up. If anything, I can't see us really trading much higher than 57. I've got a sell entry order actually up there to get a decent price to continue this slide, but I'm targeting $50 a barrel really, unless anything specifically comes out to change that over the next couple of weeks. I think that's really what I'm going to have my eyes on. So for today, that's pretty much it. I think it's going to be a lot of volatility. I think we go back to basics really, be light on our feet, and try some strategies that will take advantage of this type of swing pattern. I'm actually going back to the drawing board and looking up Bill Williams again, because as simple as the strategy is and as well mined as it's been by algorithms and other traders, I think that in these kinds of nice clean waves, it's really a decent system to look at trading. Personally today, my own trading, I've made a couple. I've done brilliantly well. 34 minus 15 plus 20 minus 14. So I'm up today a little bit, but as soon as I've finished off here, I'll be looking to place a couple more trades. I think we'd also spotted earlier on when we were looking, we put like this pretend mini trade on. Had we have actually entered in there, at the moment we'll be up a little bit. So perhaps these tram lines are actually going to act as, this upper trend line is going to act as resistance. So we'll see whether or not it holds. I mean, 9 o'clock's coming up, so I think there's going to be some movement. So I'm probably not going to enter a trade in the next 10 minutes, because I don't think I can get in and out for that many points within that time. But anyway, for today, that's kind of how I see things. I'll put an article up with some of the levels as well. I'm just going to be making sure I'm using my stop losses today, because I think that there is potential to have 100-point swings here and there based on what's on the docket for today. So good luck trading. Hope you have a decent, profitable day. And if I don't come back later on with another video, I'll be back again in the morning.